good, everybody? I'm back with some more sneaker news. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen these shoes in my life. I'm seeing them just now, but based off of this picture alone, it made me want to talk about them because this is pretty cool. And when it comes to ASICS, bro, because look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all, and I've said this on almost every video that I've made, you know, concerning ASICS. I think that trend that we had going on in 2024, where people started busting out the ASICS, I feel like that was so forced, and a lot of people were really just hype beasting it, and that's why we don't see as many ASICS, you know, in 2025 now. So when it comes to ASICS, bro, I have to really like the colorway or the design for me to cop it. I actually do have I have three. I have four, but one of them was like a beater. But so basically I have 3 pairs of ASICS, and I really like each one individual. One of them, some people might have, it was the Paris version, but I really like that. I like the shape of the 2160s and those glow in the dark. It was just like a real calm aesthetic, but it got the colors to pop out. Then I got the most recent sneaker politic ASICS, the Gel-Kayano 14s. And then the other one was the Sneaker Politics ASICS from a couple years ago. I don't even know what kind of, I think it's like a Gel Nimbus 9 or something like that. But those are the ASICS that I have. I think I'm gonna always stay away from the 1130s, and that's the one that a lot of people was wearing when it came to that trend. But the 1130s, I just feel like they're basic, they're a little bit forced, and they don't do anything. But these right here, the Cecilie Bahnsen ASICS Gel-Kayano 20, these look pretty cool enough for me to do a video on them, and I need to see who is this collab with. So let's talk about it. And I already know I'm saying her name wrong. Cecilie Bahnsen, a high fashion designer from Denmark. Okay, Denmark. Shout out the EU. Has made her mark in the collaborative footwear industry with her multiple ASIC products. I didn't even know she had multiple ASICs. Her feminine Mary Jane inspired approach to staple silhouettes in the Japanese label lineup, which includes projects on the, and see, look, I'm finna put y'all on game right here, bro, because a lot of these collabs, especially when it comes to ASICS and New Balance, bro, they really, I wouldn't say that they don't have release dates, but they come, like, they're not really known, or they just kind of pop out of nowhere. So you could really get away with getting some ASICS or just shoes, like these shoes in general, that are like, that fit the same criteria, but it will be different from everybody else. So let's just check out her other projects while we're here. So let's try and check out the T1. Oh, okay, I do remember seeing these. I wasn't a fan of these. When I did a video on these, I just didn't like the way that they look. I wasn't a fan of these. I didn't know that was her though. Now the Gel Terrain, not a fan of these at all. And then the Gel Quantum. I can understand someone enjoying these. I think if you know how to freak these, this little mint pair right here, I think and this is a women's exclusive, so that would be the type of, like, I would leave that to a woman to kind of try and freak these. I think she would have a better job, especially with their type of like fits. I think they would be a little bit more creative with these type of shoes versus, you know, somebody like me. But yeah, let's just stick with these. Let's just stick with these because these are the best out of the ones that I just saw. So let's see. So now the duo is working on the recently revived ASICS Gel-Kayano 20. And again, we don't really see the Kayano 20. We see the Kayano 14. As with most of her work, each pair in the Cecilie ASICS Kayano 20 collection comes with a different construction. The olive featuring a lightweight sheer mesh base, and the vanilla pure silver edition featuring a natural linen look. Both reimagine the model with sculpture detailing and halftone construction that leads it to Bahnsen Mary Jane aesthetic. Of course, floral paint is plastered across the upper, both on the base layer and via 3D leather patches on the lace set, which act as a sort of cage. So you can see that right here is going through the laces, so it does kind of act as a cage. These kind of, I don't know how I feel about these on foot. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I feel like you can get freaky with it, but this is not my type of freaky. I still do think this is similar to the last ones we saw, right? Like it's a type of freaky. You could get freaky with it, but I'm not that freaky. I don't think I'm that freaky yet. ASICS Tiger stripes still appear on the midfoot, while Gel-Kayano 20 markings are placed on the lateral collar. Cecilie Bahnsen's final appearances are found on the strap along the tongue and on the insole of the right shoe. The Gel-Kayano 20 midsole and outsole finish designed in a tonal finish. It will release in the coming weeks through an EQL raffle on her website. A wider release via ASICS and select retailers should occur later in the year. Available in unisex sizing, the retail price is set at 220 pounds, approximately 250 USD. So they didn't even give us a release date for real. But I like this colorway a little bit more, to be honest. Yeah, I think if you went kind of like that fancy, like kind of like route, you could kind of like fancy but like streetwear still, you know, type of aesthetic. I think these would be cool. Like, I like these better on feet versus the, maybe I just didn't like that colorway, but these are cool. I wouldn't mind these. Now, am I paying $250 for these? I don't think so. I don't think so. They're not convincing me that much for me to pay $250 plus tax. I don't know. Yeah, I would pass on them for that much. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to buy a lot of ASICS and New Balances in their 200 or more. I just always have like this set like price tag and just kind of like set connotation when it comes to those brands. But so when they get like real popular, it's really hard to justify me spending that much money on those. But you guys can let me know your opinions in the comment section below about these cool new ASICs that we will be getting soon in 2025. And with that being said, flow out. Peace.